Welcome back. This is going to be a new channel. Now today we're looking at who is to blame for the Titanic disaster. Now, knowing with our evidence, it can be White Star Line, the owner of Titanic. It could also be Bruce Ismay's fault. It could also be Captain Smith's fault. Or it could be the designer, Thomas Andrews. Sorry about background noise. And then finally, it could be the crews. So looking back at this, let's put some evidence up. That way we can prove it. So, White Star Line. The White Star Line wanted Titanic to be the fastest ship in the world. Leading to Captain Smith doing full steam ahead. But looking at this, are White Star Line to blame? Well, we'll answer that question. Bruce Ismay. This very good man could also have been the ringleader of Titanic. So, Bruce Ismay, he was the chairman of White Star Line. He also wanted to surprise the crowd. And he wanted the ship to be the fastest in the world. So we're just going to copy this. Copy. So White Star Line and Bruce Ismay have a thing in common. Captain Smith, of course, wanted Titanic to be the fastest ship in the world. He also wanted to retire after the job. Does that mean he could have been lazy on the trip? Because it was his last voyage. So, one moment. Was he really lazy? Thomas Andrews. He was the ship's designer. Now, we all know the compartments weren't all the way up. So, let's put that down. It was making more room for first class doing this. Was he to blame, though? And then there's the crew. The crew. The old crew. It could have been the fault of an officer called... It could have been the fault of an officer called David Blair. He was gonna be the head watchman of the crow's nest, but he was replaced last minute. He still had the keys to the binocular cabinet. He was replaced last minute for Frederick Fleet. Who was the man who said iceberg right ahead? One moment. Or it could have been Murdoch's fault. Because he was first officer. He was meant to stay in charge of the ship while Captain was away. Were these 3 crew members to blame? Well, let's take a look. White Star Line. They are to blame. Very simply. Bruce's May. They are to blame. Simply. Captain Smith was not lazy. He was just following orders. Thomas Andrews wasn't the one who wanted the watertight compartments to be very low. And, of course, it wasn't the crew. So, White Star Line Sorry about that. So, the only two to blame are White Star Line and Bruce's mate are to blame. It's putting our evidence up against each other. Thank you guys, and see you next time for more discussions on Titanic.